following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
I'm so wasted!
No, why don't we change that? It's the same thing every week. It's not that kind of wasted.
Wait, is that up to us? Can we change that?
I don't know. Adam's supposed to be doing that. He's the
Damn
engineer.
it, Adam!
And all he does is just ruin the intros.
He's just got this shit-eating smirk on his face right now.
Look, ladies and people who march with ladies, this is not bed, bath salts, and beyond. Common misconception. No, it's more like we're going to take 1 hour of your time and make it as worthless as you feel those other people's march was supporting the thing you don't believe in. Instead, that useful, productive hour will be replaced with two ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions that they have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter.
They matter a little bit.
Not at all. With that said, if for some god-awful reason you enjoy wasting the precious little time that you have on this earth, like spending an afternoon fact-checking the press secretary, search for another wasted hour on all social media sites and share, follow, like, and review us. Have a social media march or whatever the kids are doing this day. I don't know. So, now that you know why you're here, I'm Keith, and across from me is my co-host, Victor. Victor, why the hell are you here this week?
Well, I keep getting fucking notifications on my phone from Facebook this, Facebook that.
Yeah.
And the one I checked today was, oh, hey, you should be at this place at this hour. Like, oh, I don't remember what's going on or what I should bring, but I should probably be there. And it was this.
It was this, and you brought beer.
Yeah. So if you could do me a favor and stop fucking inviting me to your shit, Keith.
That's the only
God
reason
damn it.
you're here.
Well, I mean, why are you here?
I'm here for fame and fortune and perhaps piracy. There's a chance that we will start our own pirate radio station, which I'm really excited about. I don't know what that entails, but I'm guessing there's a ship. I don't know how does pirate radio work?
You got a notification on your phone, you lying sack of shit.
Yeah, I have a phone that doesn't have GPS now, by the way.
Yeah, I saw you with that flip phone earlier. I was pretty impressed.
No, I have a legit phone. But for
Flip
some
phones
reason,
are legit.
I'm just saying that in the last 3 days, it's decided that I shouldn't get places. It just
What does that even mean?
it just says I'm like, give me directions, and it's like, welcome to MapQuest. We're back to 1994. Print this bitch up and try to get to work.
Your phone prints a Polaroid that's
Yeah.
just the tiniest directions ever.
I'm like, is there any traffic on the way?
Shake it. The light's about to change.
Shake it! Shake it! Shake it! Shake it! Shake it!
Shake it like a. Never mind.
I ask him, like, is there any traffic on my way to work? Should I consider rerouting? It's like, I don't know where you are. You should turn on GPS. I'm like, GPS is on. I don't know how to make it more on. You're a moron. That's the problem.
Oh.
What? That's the issue. And so now I basically have realized that my phone's like, I think I use GPS for about 80% of all the things I do on the phone.
So I noticed.
Yeah.
In my brain parts that whenever I go to this place, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter how far, if I use GPS, I don't learn a goddamn thing about how to get there.
You just show up.
I use GPS to get to the town that my college was in.
Yeah.
For the first 52 times that I went, because I never bothered to learn the way.
And someone was like, hey, how do you get to your college? And you're like,
yeah.
Do you have a phone?
About that.
Because first step, buy a phone.
Second step, goggle it and fuck off.
That should be the first step from now on. It used to be like, yeah, you just go down. Do you know where the old cemetery was? You turn left there, and then there's a big billboard with the picture of the lion. Yeah, that's just
using landmarks. None of those show up on the map on the phone.
And now it's like, oh yeah, you want to go down to Disneyland? First step, buy a fucking phone and turn on GPS, and then good luck.
Would you like directions to Disneyland? Yes, please.
I would hope that Disneyland would have, like, we should set it up so our GPSs just say things differently like that. So it's like, would you like directions to Disneyland?
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know now. I really wanted to go until just now, and now it's very ominous. I'm concerned. So, we have somebody else here. Obviously, we've got engineer Adam, who had to fucking talk during.
Stop. Encourage. Every time you mention him, you reinforce his behavior.
He does good work behind the scenes, but then he tries to steal the spotlight, and I don't appreciate it. More important than him, we have actress extraordinaire, Vanessa. Hello. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So tell us a bit about yourself. Obviously, our audience doesn't know you. We happen to know you, which is the only reason you'd come on.
I have a really short memory, though. So
The truth is,
that girl's cute.
people don't
hey,
show
that
up
girl's
here
cute.
unless we probably know them somehow. Eventually, people will be like honored to be on the show, but that's a long ways off if we're guessing.
I'm pretty sure that's about 88, maybe 89 years.
So we heard that
Podcast.
that you're going to be acting in a community show here in the area in McLean, Virginia.
That's right. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that. What are you going to be doing?
So the show is called Company. It's a show by Stephen Sondheim. He's the same person who wrote Into the Woods.
Yeah, funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
I've been on the forum. The lyrics for West Side Story, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. That's a real popular one that they just had a movie about that where they make people into meat pies.
Yes.
So is this a play about making people into meat pies?
This is actually not a play about making people into meat pies.
Why watch it?
Yeah. Is it a play about turning people into tacos?
It is not a play about tacos either, unfortunately.
Is it about a company that turns people into meat pies?
All right. Is it about? Do you break into song every time you call an Uber? How many people have died by molasses in this play?
Yeah. Have you heard about our musical?
I have not heard about your
You
musical.
should check out one of the past episodes. We may want to put a production on, and I feel like you would be really a good shoe-in for the Uber driver.
That sounds fascinating.
It is Uber the musical. So what is Company about?
Company is actually just a show with a very loose plot. It's about love and relationships. So the main character is this single 35-year-old man named Bobby.
And that's who you play? Hi, I'm Bobby.
So Bobby, he's basically just sort of an average guy, but he can't commit to any kind of long-term relationship. He's not really ready.
So he's not remarkable in any way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing separates him from the rest of the male population these days.
Pretty much.
Does he have a
Solid.
job?
Yeah, he has a job.
There you go. That's the thing.
Win.
Well,
Win.
you know what? You actually never really hear that about him.
He's
You don't really
obvious-
hear any details about Bobby.
Well, he works at the company.
You know, it's a family company.
Right. It's the business factory. That's where he's working at. He's making companies.
The business factory. Like,
Is it actually
these little
in the
boxes of bitness come
in the
out.
show? Is it just played by two kids in a trench coat? Because
Standing on top of each other.
And they,
I'm a 37-year-old man.
the only way to
is Bobby Business.
I'm not ready to commit right now.
The only way to tell is because when you ask him if he's two kids in a trench coat, you're giggling from his stomach.
And you play Kate in this show, right? Is that the right one? Did I get
Kathy.
that?
It's Kathy, yes.
Kathy.
Yes. Okay. So Bobby, he's got these married couples that are his friends. All of his friends are married.
Okay.
Familiar.
Right.
Why
And,
do you say hurtful things?
and then he has these 3 girlfriends. And
Nice.
Kathy is one of those girlfriends.
All right. Are the girlfriends also girlfriends with each other?
No.
Not seeing this. I was in for a moment.
So wait. How hard is it not to be like super passive aggressive when you're not like in the role? You're not supposed to know about the other girlfriends yet, but in real life you already know about the other girlfriends.
Actually, we're doing sort of a strange production where everyone is on stage all the time. And so if you're not the character that's in the scene, you're sort of watching what's happening. So all the girlfriends are aware of each other.
I like to
And,
imagine you just put a lampshade on your head. Like, I'm a lamp now. Don't
That
mind
lamp
me.
just scoff.
But we also, when we do have a couple scenes where we appear together and we're friendly with each other. So it's not so much of a cutthroat
Gotcha.
oh my God, I can't talk.
So it's not-
Competition.
yeah.
I can
it's
make
not
have brain words.
Sentences in English.
So, where do people go to see this? How do they get tickets? Let's give a quick rundown on if somebody is interested in seeing two children in a trench coat who are making meat pies out of people.
That's the full title, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the show.
Meat
That's what
pies
I
out of
gleaned.
people surrounded by lampshade women.
It's at the McLean Community Players are doing it.
Yes, the McLean Community Players are doing it at the McLean Community Center.
Convenient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should be easy to remember. In McLean. The website you can go to is mcleanplayers.org, and you can buy tickets there.
Okay, great. Do you know how much they are, or
The tickets are approximately $20 or $25, something like that.
great?
How about how long's the show?
Yeah.
The
what's
show
run?
is about 2 hours, maybe with a little bit of intermission. We haven't timed our whole run yet, including an intermission, but it should be about that 2 to 2.5 hours.
And how long is it going for? When does it debut? And how many weeks are you guys?
So we open this Friday, February 3rd, and we'll run Friday and Saturday nights at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 2 p.m. for 3 weekends.
Oh,
so the
okay.
last show will be February 19th.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you for coming into studio with us. I hope you don't mind. We're going to get into some ridiculous idiocy right now. We have a little
Because
section.
this has obviously been intellectually
Yeah.
stimulating
Oh, yes.
and intelligent thus far.
Yes, exactly. Well, it included theater, which is that's goddamn culture.
We are the embodiment of class.
Yes. So we're going to go into a little segment we like to call the weather report. Now, this is where we decide if things that have happened in the last
You
week
always
or so.
say it wrong. Say it right.
You say it right.
Whether or not things should be considered news.
Yes.
Get it?
Exactly. It's weather, but with an H.
She had that really I just said a pun. You wanted it. You wanted it. That's the look I just got. So I got a good one. And I don't care about your opinions. I'm declaring it news.
What? No.
Wait for it.
Okay.
The title
Yeah.
of this article is Jilted Woman Cut Off Man's Penis with a Sickle, in all caps, and ran down road as he told her he was marrying someone else.
News!
Now, first of all, grammatically, this is very poorly worded.
Yes.
Because it seems like to me that she cut off his penis and ran down the road, and then he told her he was marrying someone else. So my question is, was that just in anger? Like, you cut off my dick. You know what? I'm marrying someone else, and then I'm making a PB&J. Like, it's that petty.
I've lost a lot of blood, so I'm gonna just
I'm marrying someone else. But
can't think straight anymore.
the first sentence is, incredibly, man, 23 years old,
Yep.
covered up for her later by claiming he had chopped it off himself after she lured him to her home for kinky sex games.
All right, so the current wife, is that who it was, or is it girlfriend?
Just says jilted woman.
Okay, so the
I
current
had to look
lover,
up jilted, and I already forgot what it means, but she's super mad.
So the theory is that the current lover said, "Hey, come on over to my house and let's do some sexy time." And he said, "Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna cut my penis off." And she was like,
I'm into it.
And then his new girlfriend, did she buy that? Do we even know if she was that makes sense?
Okay, my question is, he was I don't know what kind of person would be like, "No, I did it myself. It was me." How intimidating is this woman that not only does she cut, with a sickle.
Yeah.
It's not even scissors. It's not a scalpel. It's something like fucking something
one of
that
those-
cuts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who has one around the
A
house?
butcher knife, a sickle.
You had to
What
go
is
out-
this, communist Russia?
You had to get that. Like, you had to
Maybe-
be like,
no, you know what?
Stay right here. I'm going to Home Depot. I'm getting a sickle.
Maybe that was it. Maybe she was a giant Russian woman with a goddamn sickle.
That
And he's like, I did it. It was me. It was me. She's fine. Let her go.
Yeah.
Protective custody.
Right. Or maybe he was early. Maybe he was dating death. Like,
What is this? Like a Marvel comic? Come
yeah.
on.
It's like, look, I know you're upset. Can you put the sickle down? No, I'm going to use this sickle.
They have a picture of the sickle and it looks horrendously rusty. Like, King Tut himself used this sickle.
Couldn't even
farm
clean it
or
first.
something. History. I know things. Keith, you're up. I got nothing.
Oh, this just in. I just got this in, Victor.
You had to push the button
Bangladesh
again.
man arrested in 27th wife's house on complaint from 25th wife.
Pause.
Yes.
Pause. 27th. Was it on the 27th? Like the date?
No. He was in the house of his 27th wife when his 25th wife found out.
Like
They didn't
27
know!
in a row.
Yeah. He's accused of marrying 28 times. There's another one that's beyond the 27th that wasn't even involved in this particular issue.
So he kept cooking. Wait, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Did any of them ever happen at the, like, did he have more than one wife at once?
Yeah,
Or was
no.
he just marriage, divorce, marriage, divorce, I'm not going to do that 27 times.
You would never marry that guy. After around 23, you're like, I see a pattern.
You're right. 23 would be, that's the stopping point.
Yeah, 23, maybe 24. But here, the 25th wife, after the birth of his daughter, discovered she wasn't the only wife. She was 25th. As far as I can tell, he had 28 wives. I don't know how he did that.
I get it.
I was going to ask, how did he manage to hide them all from each other, and how did she find out?
I'm guessing that he worked at a factory that turned people into meat pies. That's the only way it works.
It's called the Bitness Factory.
Yeah.
But that is Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden is from Bangladesh. 'Cause
Yeah.
He goes to a new city every 10 years, starts a new family, has kids, and moves on. Fucker's setting up an army.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you gonna hit it every
Yeah.
time? That's what you're
This
gonna
is
do.
just in, Victor. Victor.
Spiritual healer cures blindness by licking patient's eyeballs after sterilizing her mouth with booze.
There's so many things medically wrong with that.
If you wanna, you want drunk vision, this bitch will give it to you. This 80-year-old woman charges clients to clean out their eyes. She can remove metal, glass,
what?
and sawdust. How do you get metal
Well,
in your eye?
here's the thing.
And why would it occur to you
Yeah.
to go to this woman who licks it out of your eye
No.
to get it out?
It's obvious. If you have made such poor life decisions that you have metal, glass, and sawdust in
I
your
got
eye,
a nail in my pupil. Can
Yeah.
you drink this whiskey and lick it out?
it's
Just-
not a far leap to be like, you want me to lick it out? Like, sure, that seems as bad. That's not worse than what just happened.
What could possibly go wrong? Mouths are clean.
I have this sword in my eye. What's worse?
That's how you get pink eye.
What she does is she solves blindness, but what she doesn't tell you is that's the only thing you'll see the rest of your life. It's just this tongue licking. It'll just be seared into your eyes. You're like, I can't unsee it.
I like to think that for the rest of your life, because you just die the next day.
That's right. She doesn't give you a guarantee of how long you live. You die of itis the next day. I'm guessing that's
Inflammation of the eye.
itis. Yeah, exactly.
Iitis.
It's sorry. The rest of their life was great though. That's always the problem you have.
All 6 hours of it.
Yeah, you know who could have used that? This just in, Victor. The person who could have used that spiritual healer is an environmental activist who was killed by an SUV while walking barefoot across the United States. That went awry so many ways.
What?
Yeah. So you're like, I'm going to walk across the United States, make a point. I'm an environmental activist. I'm going to show people barefoot across the United States. Boom! SUV!
I just feel like running.
Right. They're like, you would hope that person at least had been hit by something that was, I don't know, more efficient.
A Prius.
Yeah. Like dum. Oh, he's dead. But you know what? I still have so much gas left. This is great.
This is... you turn to the passenger like, am I wrong in thinking that this is the perfect moment for a hit and run? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still on full.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah, it's so great.
We're
We could
good.
go for a while. I've got like 500 miles.
Your
in this
Honor,
thing.
I still had about 500 miles in my tank.
Yeah.
Not guilty. Clack, clack.
Dang. Or if it was a car that just that ran on human remains, that would have been really, really good.
Right.
If you look at this,
Don't go green, go crimson.
well, I thought about this the other day. If you think about it on an environmental level, right? The worst thing for the environment right now is car safety. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
No,
okay?
I already know where this is going.
So
I get
first things first, airbags, all of that stuff, very heavy, right? Remember we had the Geo Metros that went like 50 miles to the gallon in like 92, right?
On 3 cylinders.
Yeah. We can't do that anymore because now cars have to have crumple zones and they got to have airbags. They got all this stuff. So it's all heavy. So you have to have like more efficiency. We'd have like 100-mile-per-hour car just on a 3-cylinder car if we didn't have to have all the safety equipment. Second,
Have you ever seen a Geo Metro go above 30? No.
yeah, actually, if you put it off of a cliff, it goes really fast. It's
With perfect gas mileage.
I don't know. It's like 52 meters per second. I don't know exactly.
Solid.
But second, the worst thing for the environment is people. And if you make cars less safe, we kill more of them.
See, that's where I thought you were going.
And so now it's a double win, right? So the cars that are still around, much more efficient. The people that are killed, no longer wrecking the environment. I am running for office. I think president is in my future. I'm just saying, less regulations on the cars, no safety, higher gas.
Whole bunch of
efficiency,
dead people.
and lots of dead people.
Whole bunch of dead people.
Yep, and we plow them into the fields for phosphorus for farming. So,
Is that what people are made of?
yes. Oh, what's just in, Victor?
You stop hitting the button, please. You're killing me. Do you know how loud that is in my headphones?
Turn it down.
No, I'm not gonna, because then I have to talk to engineer
the
Adam.
news!
I have to talk to Adam. Man dumped by fiancé posts extremely cheerful advert selling the ring she gave back.
Oh, let's hear it. Do we have the advert?
There's no pictures, so I'm pretty sure it's just that guy from Bangladesh.
I'm so glad to get rid of
this
ring.
is my 15th wife. She got real mad and gave the ring back. So, 16th wife, takers?
Anyone?
Takers?
You
Bueller?
know that you're like a serial like divorcer when your first question when you see a girl at a bar is like, "What's your ring size?" Is that will it
Is that
fit
this
ring?
Look,
Yeah.
the one I'm wearing right now? 'Cause
I'm just saying it would be really useful if you happen to have these sized fingers. No reason.
complete coincidence.
Yes.
By the way, I don't know if it's a deal breaker. I'm allergic to onions, and I've been married 27 times.
Push that to the back.
But onions, yeah.
did you have the ad? Do you actually have the cheery ad?
Yeah, no, there's no picture, which was the most infuriating thing because if you Google
I thought the
news
text would
like
be
this,
cheery.
it's in all caps.
It's all caps. Oh,
It's
okay.
not Comic Sans though, so
Oh,
I feel
well,
like it's
yeah,
credible.
Well, then you're in luck because just in, Victor, we have a brand new piece of news. We've not been asking if this is actually news or not. You know, Vanessa would probably be a really good judge of these types of things. There's a picture that is circulating around the internet right now where people are theorizing that perhaps, just maybe, Trump might be editing photos in the White House to make his hands look bigger. Yep. There's a side-by-side comparison of like a photo that was done by the press and I guess one that was released by the White House itself. And you're like, those hands look a bit bigger.
Right. And then later, top secret confidential emails between him and Megan Fox emerge on WikiLeaks.
With toe
right?
thumbs.
How do I get rid of these hands?
Yes.
How do I do this?
I just think first of all, there's no way this is true, right? There's no way that actual resources are being
Yeah,
put towards
the
this.
fact that he knows how to use Photoshop is ludicrous.
Right. So there's no way this is happening, but there's a piece of me that desperately wishes it was happening.
Like,
just to be
he
like,
fucks up and he just has Hulk hands in one picture, you know? Like, I think his hands just koozies?
is this too big? Do you think this is too big? Okay, I'll scale it down. I'll put it down a little. It is as big as his head. You know, like just that imagination of like they bring it by his desk and they're like, here's the press release. And he's like, that's good. That's how about the hands? Can you make the hands bigger? Like everything else is good. Do you like the wording of the press? Yeah. Can you just blow up the hands a little bit? Like,
sir, there's no picture in this. It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
fine.
Make my hands bigger.
right. It's just in a text press release.
Your hands aren't in the photo. Make them bigger.
Make them bigger so they're in the photo.
Make them big. My
Right.
hands are the best. I have the biggest hands. The only hands in the nation that are big because I'm good at hands. Seriously. My hands are great.
We have a press release. The President of the United States will be meeting with a group from Iran. His hands are quite large compared to theirs. Like, why did you put that in there? That's so weird.
he's sitting 15 feet closer to the camera than they are. Of course his hands are going to be bigger.
All right, this is my last
We
one.
stop pushing the button.
This is my favorite one. This is totally news. I'm announcing it ahead of time. Thousands of red Skittles spilled onto a highway in Dodge County. First of all, there's so many great angles to this. They're red Skittles and Dodge County. So Dodges are red. You have Dodge red. This is great, right? Then we find out sheriff officials said that it was reported that the Skittles were intended to be fed for cattle or feed for cattle. They didn't make the cut for packaging at the company. So yes, they're feeding candy to cows.
Wait, did they fuck up the S on them or something?
Yes!
Did they accidentally have M's on them?
No, there were no S's. That was the only thing.
Kittles.
Can't you just put those back through the system and put S's on them? I'm pretty sure it's just a really, really tiny hand person stamping S's on the Skittles. Someone with very, very tiny hands.
Like, I don't know, a leader of a country.
No. That guy's huge hands. Have you seen the pictures?
Uh-huh. The Skittles would have to be enormous.
So wait.
But yeah, they've been
Red 40 is notorious for altering the metabolism and certain digestive things.
Yeah, okay.
Of tinier humans, so like children and developing systems.
Yeah.
So
this better be a good payoff.
it's just like, goddamn, this cattle is hyper as fuck because they're only red Skittles.
They're just fat hyper cows.
There's a fat, but that cow just jumped that fence for no jump back. We're good. We're good. We don't need to upgrade.
They're feeding them candy. I had no idea. They've been doing it for years, apparently. This is horrifying because there are thousands of children in China who cannot trick or treat, mainly because there's no Halloween in China. So it's not related, but my point still stands that this is ridiculous.
There's no Halloween in China.
But
Sorry. I'm going to get over that for a while.
I'm just saying.
That's the most ludicrous culture ever. Who would ever exist anywhere where there's no Halloween?
They dress up as dragons for New Year's, but they don't. Halloween is way above them. They're like, that's craziness. But I would agree that red is the best flavor. That's the one that's spilled, right? Not
Inclined to disagree. I'm more about the tropical Skittles, but that might be culturally biased.
I'm not talking cherry or strawberry. I'm just talking red flavored. Red is the best of all the flavors.
Red.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Regardless of what the flavor is, red is the best.
Yeah.
Got
exactly.
it. Seems like a solid point. How big are your hands?
I'm just saying. Well, and I mean, here in that case, you get to taste the rainbow, but it's just some people prefer a one-colored rainbow. I'm not going to assume that I know how they voted last election, but I'm just going to say that red is the rainbow at this point.
It took me about 1.8 seconds longer to get that joke than I wished it had, and now I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Disappointed in mankind.
Well, you're in
disappointed in the moon.
Yeah. You're in luck, Victor, because this week in history, you can be disappointed about all of humankind.
Yeah, no, I got a good one.
Yeah?
I hope you all have heard of Caligula.
Yeah.
That guy, brutal fucking dictator.
Yes.
Of ancient Rome.
Yep.
In the year 41.
That's not a year. That's an age.
You're right. We started counting at like 1870, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just after the Civil War.
Yeah. Well,
Caligula was murdered. In the year 41 by Cassius.
How old was he?
Old enough to party. He was born in the year 12.
So he didn't get to actually watch the Earth being made.
No, he wasn't.
In the year zero.
He was a negative 12 when the Earth was made in year zero.
Maybe his parents.
Wait, no, we established last episode that they started counting at 1.
Oh yeah.
So the Earth was made at 1, so he was negative 11.
Right. Exactly. So his parents were around to watch God make the Earth, and then he died shortly after that.
Oh no, it's ancient Rome. They could have reproduced that 11. I really wouldn't be surprised.
The trees must have been really small at that point. Because they only had like 40 years.
They're all really young trees.
Yeah, they're still pretty young trees, right? I would think.
Oh,
and
my
tree
gosh.
years? I don't know. I just think that perhaps that could be the case.
Well, on the subject, Winston Churchill died in 1965. at age 90 in London.
I think those rumors are overblown.
Right. I read this. I was like, oh man, this sucks. I thought this was a credible source of news.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that Churchill is still around. That guy is still kicking.
He has a Downs.
What?
What?
Churchill Downs. He's over at Church. Isn't that his? He runs that, right? Does he not? No, that's not his.
Adam, this is the only time I'll address you directly ever. Can you
Yes.
mute Keith's microphone?
No. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Take your hand off that button.
Highest bidder.
Don't. No. Okay. Your life. I bid your life.
Dude, you're not going to kill the guy. Just mute the microphone.
Give it what? I swear to God, you touch that, I will murder you right now with a drumstick. All right. So my turn. I've got stuff. All right. This is interesting. You know the Wedding March, right? You guys familiar with it? You're also a musician, right? So you know the Wedding March.
That's right. Yeah, of course.
We've officially talked over you for the entire time. So
I don't know anything about anything. What is this wedding march nonsense? I'm sorry. I know
Can you hum
nothing.
the Wedding March for us, Vanessa?
See, there are a bunch of different wedding marches, actually.
What?
So this is one of many standard wedding
This
marches.
is the Wedding March. The Wedding March.
I think it's capitalized. What is it?
It's by Mendelssohn. How does the Mendelssohn one go? You don't know
I
how
don't
it
know.
goes?
No, see, I don't know which one it is.
Married, everybody walk down the aisle. Is that one, or is that a different one?
Sounds familiar.
I think that it's either John Cage or Mendelssohn. I can't remember now. You know what? I haven't done studying on it, but anyhow, it was played for the marriage of Queen Victoria's daughter, who's also named Victoria, to Frederick.
You pronounce
Friedrich of Prussia, which is obviously not a real country, and
sounds like they tried to spell Russia,
right?
But there's a typo.
Russia, and
Russia. There's a P in front. Fuck it.
So here's what this is in
Tired of spell check.
1858. There were obviously weddings before that, so I'm theorizing like before the Wedding March. What did those weddings look like? I imagine
silence and sadness.
Yeah, they're just walking.
Phantom of the asshole is here.
I like to imagine that they're just going down the aisle and it's just click, 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 click.
This is awkward.
Shh.
Hold on.
Shh. It's the processional. Turn your phone off. Damn it. Turn off your 1958 or 1858 phone. It would just be it has a big like horn on it, like a Victorian.
Hold on. What was that commercial for old people phones? It was the Cheaterbug.
That's what it would be. Either that or the other one I like to imagine is it wasn't complete silence, but up before the Wedding March came out, it was all wedding sprints. And it was a lot harder.
We got to make this moment
It was like
short as possible. Calm down, flight of the bumblebee.
Okay, we're good.
I got to sit
Can I
down.
just have a minute? Hold on. You have water. Just some water. If you just spray it. Because I'm feeling faint. Well, weddings do that. No, it's not. It's the running.
It's an emotional moment.
On heels.
You got here really fast.
We should. Has anyone considered a march? It would be way easier to get up here.
Stay in step now.
And
Stay in step.
Mendelssohn was like in the audience. He's like, oh, I could make a march. That would be great.
Opportunist fuck.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
in 1915, Alexander Graham Bell inaugurated the Transcontinental Telephone Service. That is a really long phone line. So, in 1915, people started screening calls, not talking to their mother, and not calling their wives. So, I feel like, nice, dude. Way to set us up for failure.
Right.
Way to be.
Before that, it was just like wait for the letter. The letter will get there eventually.
Beep, 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 beep. Like, nah, I'm not answering that.
Yeah, right. Just text me. Why do you have to keep doing telegraph?
Right, you can be like, no, I never got that text. That's a lie. That is a lie that every man has said in order to explain away some reason that he didn't show up. I never got your text.
Yeah.
And
it started then.
Right. Back then it was like, well, okay, I got this Morse code thing and or some sort of telegram. I never got that. Like, fine. Yeah. The guy probably died, tripping on Skittles in
How
Dodge
weird-
County trying to deliver the message. So, yeah, I get why you didn't show up. It's
How
fine.
weird was it laying that wire? Because you get the super expensive wire that's like the leading technology of the time, right? And you're in a boat and you're just like sinking it into the sea. Like, this seems wrong. This feels really wrong that we're just throwing this overboard.
I hope that's going in the right spot.
Yeah. It, like the guy, like imagine it like if somebody's like, and it just like falls off and it's the end and they're like, poof. Oh God, we're supposed to tie that off to the. Oh, this is gonna be hard to explain.
That's sinking deeper
Yeah.
and deeper. It's gone.
Is there a buoy on? No. Oh,
All right, back to the beginning so that we can trace it all the way.
right. Where did you put the end? We need to tie it. Oh, we should have marked that.
Wait, did you insulate that?
Exactly.
No.
At first, when they didn't do that, all the telegraphs just sound like.
And
It's
this
the water.
is how modern pop was born.
Yes, exactly.
You know, the other thing about those old phone lines is that when you had long distance calls, you actually had to talk louder. So, like, if you're going from New York to St. Louis or something like that,
right, the
you have to
cup
talk
on a
really
string
loudly.
thing, right?
Yeah, you actually had to kind of raise your voice and talk loudly. So
Yeah.
if you're going across the ocean, are you screaming at the receiver? What are you doing to make these phone calls?
You talk like me!
Shut up!
God damn it, Adam!
Shut up!
Jesus.
I feel like, you know how they have phones in bars, like, you know, those old shows where like, I need to phone my mother, and they go over and they pick up the thing, and they talk into one part and hold the piece up to their ear. It's like they're at the bar making a transcontinental call.
Yeah.
Like, I would like a Mom! Mom, can you hear me?
Right.
Sorry, I'd like to order a
Everything's lovely in France.
I don't want to know what Dad's bowel movements are like. Did you get that rash checked out?
No, I think it's fine. I just feel like I have red dye.
Because mom is obviously in a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
They both went to public phones.
So
I'm calling about the Winter Olympics.
anyway, nice segue.
Look at that.
Speaking about the Winter Olympics,
Ta-da!
Keith, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Push the button.
Push the button. Yeah. In 1924, the first Winter Olympic Games were held in Chamonix.
That's not
Chamonix, France. It's Hors d'oeuvres.
What? No, it's French. Make it sound like it's sexy.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Chamonix. Actually, that might be it.
Yeah.
That is
Chamonix.
it. That is it.
No, it's not. There's
French
an
is-
X, and I'm not going to omit the X. We don't have enough X's in our language. I
Yeah.
want one more.
French is easy. You just ignore all of any letter that sounds ugly, right? And then just try and sound sexy at the same time.
Chamonix. Mon petit
Yeah.
champignon.
Champignon. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not champagne. Like you leave off all the things that make you sound like you're coughing. Like,
But anyway, I leave it up to the French
Yeah.
to come up with an event that white people are good at.
yeah. Look
Look at the Winter Olympics.
CEO.
Predominantly white
Is that a
people.
sport? That's not.
It's
I
the
guess
only
not.
thing they're good at is being slightly less cold than most other people.
Right. Reflecting light.
Let's slide down this hill really fast. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, that guy hit that pillar really hard.
It's basically
he's
like-
dead. He's dead. Anyway, yeah, Winter Olympics.
White people are really good at falling. Like that's really what we have, and that's what skiing is. It's like falling but slower. And then we do like we're really good at like
Falling with
skydiving.
intention.
Skydiving we're great at. All of these extreme sports where we're like falling and dying almost. We're brilliant at those. If it requires some kind of like skill and athleticism, nah, we'll last a few decades, and then all of the Hispanics and the blacks will take over.
Yeah, it'll be
It's just
fine.
how it works.
What's the worst that could happen? Everybody in the world is good at things, but we're not cold.
Yeah, we have hockey still, but you know what? I guarantee you in like 30 years, hockey will just be all minorities.
To quote Chris Rock, when they make a heated hockey rink, we're gonna take that shit too.
Yeah. We suck. We're so bad at it. At everything that has to do with being skillful. It's terrible. All right, what do I have? This is such a good one. All right, so in North Carolina in 1961, a B-52 broke up in the air, midair, and dropped 2 H-bombs, which weren't armed at the time, right? They weren't armed at the time. They recovered one of them.
What?
There is an H-bomb. There is a uranium core of an H-bomb.
Missing.
As far as we know, somewhere in North Carolina. I guess you just follow it. You just count teeth until you get to the place where there's the least teeth, and you go, it's probably here.
Dude, give them some credit. They have a 50% success rate.
That's true.
They're batting 500, which is a pretty solid average.
Right, just saying. Like they're like most of it, especially if you count for all the others, right? We have like thousands of
the fact that
nuclear
their
warheads.
target is super fucking hot all the time. Just infrared that shit.
Yeah, you'd think it would be easy to find. You would just send people out, and when the thing goes, that you go, oh, it's in here. It's right around this area. It's not hidden treasure, people. This is pretty easy. It emits radiation.
Did my arm just fall off?
Yeah. Oh, think we found it. You were holding on to it.
Can you give that back to me? Because I need that.
Imagine if at that point, what are the things that they've lost that they never told people about? Like this is pretty big deal.
Lots
right?
of holy shit! You just explained the entire whole like the stereotype of backwater people not having all their teeth. It's the government's fault.
Yes,
it's the government's fault.
I think I started with that.
That's what I'm agreeing with you. God damn it!
Just late.
Just let me agree with you. Hey, sometimes I process things a little slow.
Is it radiation
Did you know that
poisoning?
Alexander Graham Bell laid the first transcontinental?
You already said that. That's already a thing.
You might be right. You
have radiation poisoning, I think. That's the problem.
So, anyway, this week in history,
yes,
a man was dumped, but he wait, no, we said that already. Oh,
what?
this guy from Bangladesh did this thing.
We did that.
Charles Manson.
There you go.
Was found guilty of murdering Sharon Tate and 6 others. I stand against this fundamentally because he didn't lay a finger on them.
That's
and in
true.
1971, people were losing their goddamn minds.
Yeah, that is a fact that he did not touch anyone. He may have pointed towards them and say, "Kill those people." We don't know.
Here's a gun.
Exactly.
Hold on, I'm gonna aim it at this person. Can you take over real quick? Squeeze the trigger for me. Can you do that? Thanks.
God, nailed it. Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
Can you write some shit on the wall in blood? We'd appreciate that.
Get creative.
Yeah,
Get
whatever.
creative.
Do you like Pollock? Great. This is your time to shine. It's like an iron Pollock. So, yeah, that is what it is. It's very rich in iron, and so even if you kind of say he didn't do, which everything I've seen of him, like. I don't know if that he's guilty of that crime, but
he's guilty as fuck. Let's be real.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's a legitimate like thing that went through. Here's the thing I do know. I am so glad that guy's in jail. Have you watched any of his parole hearings?
Yes, I have.
Because they show him.
That is entertaining.
Oh my God. And he knows he's not getting out, right? So he just is like,
goes off.
They go, hey, it's his parole hearing. And he's like, today I'm going to be a bat. And you're like, why? What are you... Keep this going. Keep it going.
I got nothing to do for 7 lifetime sentences. So.
If you were to just do a webcam of him 24/7, you know how much money that would make?
If he knew he was being recorded, I feel like it would be 88 times more, more
absolutely.
betterer.
I'm just
gooder
saying.
than not good.
There is
better than bad.
Have you seen that one clip where he makes like 8 faces in the period of like 3 seconds? Go look it up.
Hold on.
He just like smiles and frowns and all these things.
I gotta Google that right now.
He's like, and you're like, oh yes, you stay right where you are, sir. I don't care if you're a genius and you make good music or you feel jilted about whatever, and maybe you weren't even guilty because you didn't actually touch anyone. I don't know. I am not a lawyer. What I am is somebody that is really glad that you can't get out.
Phrasing, Keith.
Yes.
Phrasing.
Why? What?
You're not guilty because you didn't actually touch anyone.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of
End
people.
of statement.
Some people are guilty for
Funny
touching
looks. Moving on.
people. Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
So
we
I
should
think that's
probably
it, right?
talk to this person we invited here, who
I
has
guess
been
so.
staring at us this whole time. Like, seriously, what the fuck?
We have been talking over you the entire time. What is your opinion of us now?
Well, as you
Wait,
mentioned,
Keith, I have 48 more things to say.
Oh God, I'm so glad you said something, Victor. Do you regret your decision to come on the show?
you know, as you pointed out, I do actually know you guys.
Yes.
So I kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah, and it's everything and worse.
I've never seen you before in my life. Not even a little bit. Not once.
You're-
Let me lick
You're a
your
lying
eyes so you
sack
can
of
see
lies.
again. No problem. I've got a way. I can make you see again. It just requires some liquor in two ways.
Yeah.
Two forms of liquor.
I hardly
It just
know her.
matter. Oh.
I drink this
You said
liquor.
the joke first. Now I'm the slow one.
Yeah.
Now,
All right. So so let's get to know you a bit more, Vanessa, since we've didn't let you chime in so much on the news and stuff. Were there any news articles that you particularly thought were impressive? Anything?
I was particularly fascinated by the jilted woman. I gotta admit.
Is that? Would you do that?
Would I do that?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't see the sickle.
It was
That
sexy.
thing was fucking brutal. It took more than one swipe to cut that thing off. Although he did it himself, so I'm sure he was determined.
How do you wield that yourself? Like,
We're doing that thing where we're talking over her again.
yeah. What would it take, Vanessa, for you to cut another man's penis off? And by that I mean a man's penis off.
Opportunity, I
Yeah,
bet.
well,
That's really it.
I'm saying beyond the first one that you've already done. Like,
Don't. No,
Yeah.
We appreciate that you're well endowed. Just keep it in your pants.
yes.
You don't
We're
have
not
to prove
judging
anything.
you on gender. Whatever you identify, that's fine. But if you had to cut off another man's penis, what would be the reasoning? Just asking.
I don't think there's anything that somebody could do to me that would actually push me to
Like if
cut off their penis.
if they murder
Like
your
pay you
parents
lots of money to chop
Like
off
if
their
they
penis.
murder my parents, then I'm gonna murder them right back.
by penis removal.
I don't think that's what would occur to me, you know?
No? You wouldn't start at the penis and then work your way up?
Well, that's how I normally work.
Right. I just
Now it's weird. Yeah.
think right.
This is what I wanted the show to be.
Yeah, well, put your boner away and let's continue with the interview.
Yeah, Vanessa, seriously, we
My
don't need to
bad,
see
my
that.
bad.
God damn it, Adam! Put your boner away. I'm not saying it again.
Next week we'll talk about the big red rocket.
So yeah, that is a pretty extreme example of being jilted. That makes you not want to date for a while. Like you're like, just in case. Like if somebody's a little on the intense side, I don't want to be on the other side of that sickle. What's the worst thing you've done as a jilted lover? Have you done anything? Like, have you hacked somebody's identity and turned them into a turtle?
Is that a hack joke?
Yes, all of my jokes are hack jokes.
No,
Every single one of them.
That's a triple pun right there. The hacking off somebody's penis is what I was going with.
No, I mean, I've like stolen a couple things from people.
Oh,
Nothing in particular.
like their penis?
Not their penis. I did not steal their penis.
You have a fixation. I see this.
Where the hell did I had it right here in my pants? And oh, it must be in my other pants.
You shouldn't have cut it off yourself and put it away, man. It's not a thing.
I don't think I'm terrible as a jilted lover because all I do is I'm like, please don't. Okay, like that's the extent of like.
Well, that happened. Now,
Yeah.
time to deal.
Well, that's you know what? Fine, I don't care. I'm just gonna be lonely for a long time.
That'll show you.
And nobody's gonna love me ever again because I don't deserve love. Hope you like that.
Please turn this into a musical.
Here, have my penis.
I don't deserve love. Please have my penis. Keith,
This is my Uber.
I am your Uber.
I like that we're now referencing old shows. Some people will be like,
We've been
"That's-
around a while. You know, we
that's
can do
not-"
that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, that's not funny. I'm like, no, go check the other one. The other one's really funny. And then
We're
you'll get
funny.
it.
We promise.
Yes.
If you try really hard.
All right, are you ready, Victor, for a lightning round?
You bet your ass I am.
All
Keith.
right, you want to start off?
Let's see here. If the U.S. was a human body, what state would be the butthole?
Alabama.
Alabama. Solid.
Excellent. March for Life or March of Mimes?
March of Mimes.
All right, there we go.
If you had an item during the zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
Machete.
Machete's strong. Wouldn't you want more distance? I feel like there should be more distance in a zombie apocalypse.
But see, if you go to get a distance weapon, then you run the risk of losing it. So,
No,
you hurl it into the zombie
No,
horde.
no, I go with a pole arm.
Oh, well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's talking
I'm
about
just
like
saying.
Not a
10-foot
ranged
bill.
weapon, but like
Yeah, it's
okay.
just something that keeps me just out of reach from them.
A
in all
literal
ways.
10-foot pole.
Yeah, just poke them and annoy them with a 10-foot pole. Poke. Ah, I'm so angry
Okay,
right now.
Mr. Grinch.
My favorite question so far of this entire podcast, I will give to you,
Oh boy.
and that is slip and slide, belly or back.
I don't think I've ever been on a slip and slide.
Holy crud!
What the fuck?
I know.
Are your parents in jail for abuse, or is it have you not reported it? I just need to know which.
I think I would go belly.
Yeah, well,
Having never done it, that would be my guess.
okay. Well, we're gonna have to do this now live on the show. Yeah.
All right. Well, hold on. I gotta blow up the slip and slide real quick.
Yeah.
So, would you prefer clamshell packaging on everything or flimsy toilet paper forever?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Clamshell packaging.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
You gotta have the right toilet paper.
Yeah.
Toilet paper should never be flimsy or even remotely crispy. It's not typing paper.
Yeah.
Crispy. Come on, we've all used crispy toilet paper.
The worst thing that could possibly happen.
Don't give me
is-
that look.
Okay.
The worst thing that possibly can happen is the finger pokes through. That's literally the worst thing on
Right,
earth.
at least
that could
then you get
possibly
some
happen.
ass.
Well, here's the thing, though. If it's really flimsy toilet paper, can't you just take like the whole roll?
just wrap the roll up and down.
Oh, then
and
you
just-
assume that you're gonna be good once.
and then just unroll the outside and again, right? That's awesome. You just put it on a 10-foot pole and pole arm that thing up and down your crack. That's great. All right, I'm following up with my slip and slide. I've got a new level of slip and slide that somebody
shit's
made
about
me
to get
aware
real.
of. Yeah, okay. Feet first, head first.
Feet first.
So you're going to be on your tummy, feet first. This is amazing. Because that's like a daredevil. You're not facing where you're
Can't see
going
what I'm doing.
at all.
I was actually thinking the opposite. I was like, what if you were on your back head first?
Yeah. That's torpedo mode, right?
Fire!
But I like this one where she's just like, don't show me anything. I don't want to see anything at all. I'm going ass first.
Face down. So, would you rather accidentally hit reply all or on an official document incorrectly use the proper form of your?
Accidentally hit reply all.
Oh.
What if it's like, nah, follow-up questions are not allowed. Never mind.
Yeah, you can follow.
What if, wait,
Yeah.
87 other situations of
Yeah.
what if? Nah, can't do it.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
All right, so let's move on to we have this kind of new thing that we did. We did last week. So anybody who's listening last week knows this is a thing we are calling the 5 senses. We think it's going to be a fun little addition to keep our interviews spicy and fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 5 senses of the human body. And what we want you to do is you've been doing acting for a while, I assume, and performing for a while. So I want you to take something that is memorable. It could be really good, really bad. It could be just something that was ridiculous that happened. We'll start off, I think, with the easiest one, with sight. Have you seen something that was amazing or horrifying or incredibly memorable in your acting career?
Yeah, you told me to prepare for this segment, and I did not.
No? Okay.
I did not.
So do you
We
need me
didn't
to
give
lick
you
your
nearly
eyeball?
enough time for this.
Is it that you can't see? Is that the problem?
Well, what shows have you seen that maybe inspired you?
Yeah.
Shows that I've seen. Okay. One of my favorite shows that I've seen is actually called Next to Normal. It's not a really well-known show.
Is it about making meat pies out of people?
It is not. Although I've seen that show also, and that's
Okay.
a really excellent show.
Yeah.
The Meat Pie Show.
No, absolutely.
That is what it's called. I've seen it. The Meat Pie Show.
Yes. More meat pies. So what was it about that show that inspired you?
It's just got a lot of really great music in it, but it's a show about just a sort of a dysfunctional family and mental illness and a lot of situations that are very relatable to most people, even if you don't have mental illness or that kind of thing in your family.
It's pretty deep sounding.
Yeah.
That
It's-
sounds heartfelt and
it's
emotional.
very
I don't
heartfelt
want
and
it.
emotional.
I
Yes.
feel my hollowness filling
Don't
up.
want them feels.
All right, so let's move to hearing. Have you heard something that was
Hearing.
inspiring or horrifying or amazing? What has happened in your travels as an actress?
Well, honestly, I can tell you the only thing I can even think about hearing right now is the show that I'm in. I'm at that place where it's just low level, stuck in your head constantly, like 24 hours a day.
Do you hear words just in your daily life that then trigger the next line that you'd say after that word?
Absolutely.
What is the word that triggers a line the most? Can you think of one?
Well, company.
Company. So as
The
soon as you
name
say-
of the show.
And then you're like, you just go through the whole script in your head, and you're
Yep.
like, da da da, this is the beginning, and then all the way like 2 hours later, you're like, and thank you.
Uber. Yes, I'm your Uber. Fuck.
That's the one that does it for you, huh?
All I wanted to do was go home.
Well, you go to work during the day, whatever, and somebody will say, okay, at the company that I was at. I'm like,
The company.
the company.
Is it a musical? I didn't even.
It is a musical,
Okay,
yes.
it is.
It is.
Excellent. We were discussing musicals before, which we love the idea that people in musicals just bust out into music and are completely okay with the people around them also joining in.
And nobody realizes that that's real life. You know, this is just how things are.
It's amazing that it's just like, oh, hey, Charlie, come on, we're going to do that song we've been practicing that happens to fit this scenario. I'm breaking up with this girl. You remember we practiced it? And like, what? You practiced the breaking up with me song? Yeah, we wanted to get it right. Like, that's horrible.
So my question is, sense of touch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Have you ever touched another man's penis?
and then cut it off.
So I couldn't resist.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
How about smell? Smell. The smell of something triggers a memory of this thing that was a thing that you saw, heard.
Great introduction. Nailed it.
I gotta go. I'm out. I'll see you guys later.
Something you smell that is horrible, wonderful. What was a smell memory that you've had with acting? I'm gonna guess dressing rooms. That's gonna go.
Yeah. That's
Nailed
actually
it.
that's where I was gonna go. So I mean, I don't know if you guys know. I mean, if you've been on stage, you're under those stage lights, so it's very hot. Everybody gets very sweaty. You're dancing around. You know, you're moving. So by the end of a run of a show, everybody in the cast is pretty familiar with how everyone else smells.
Yeah,
And it's-
absolutely.
And there's always that guy that smells like he's dipped in a vat of piss,
Well, sometimes.
vat
yeah.
of sweat. We'll
I'm
say.
not in this show. Stop it.
You are across the room, and I'm telling you, man, there's a reason I sit this far from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
You
I'm,
smell delightful, and I would get
I'm
distracted.
gonna try and lick your eyeballs.
But actually, as bizarre as it sounds,
do
that
have a lot
smell
of
can
metal
actually
in here.
be kind of a good thing because you associate it with all of the effort that you're putting into the show and with the memory of doing the show. So if the show's a good experience,
Yeah.
when you get that smell, you're like, oh man, that's what doing a show kind of smells like.
we don't have a lot of time left, but last but not least,
Oh yeah,
taste. Anything that you've tasted.
taste. You know, normally we don't taste things on
Fair enough. That's fine. I would say maybe food at an after party. But yeah.
There is these Oreo truffles, which are you just take a whole box of Oreo cookies
Yeah.
and a block of cream cheese and you mash them all up together.
I'd eat that.
It's amazing.
Oh, we
They're
gotta
the
do that.
perfect cast party food.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in.
So-
Yeah, you gonna get that, Victor?
No, I've got heartburn right now.
Okay.
because
Just
of
listening to
what
it.
she said.
Yeah.
Ha! I got out a microphone.
God damn it, Adam!
What?
No, put the microphone down, Adam. No, you do not.
You
get
left the microphone out for him?
We said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna.
No, Keith, put it down. Put it down.
We're running out of time. Just
Jesus Christ, Adam, give him the microphone.
Stop.
God, stop it.
Oh, okay. So he's twitching a bit, and
He doesn't look
we're
good.
pretty much out of time. So yeah, without further ado, hey Vanessa, thanks for having us. Being here.
Thanks for having me.
And
Is he okay?
I guess thanks to Herb for sharing and retweeting and mentioning the show, and keep spreading the word, everybody. Like, follow us, share us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And he's still
Keith.
Yeah, it's
He's
just
dead.
just don't mention it.
That's a
they're
lot
listening.
of blood.
Next week we have local musicians Vim and Vigor. If you enjoyed the show, email us at contact@anotherwastedhour. If you hated the show, tweet the government since they're not allowed to respond. Thanks to Victor for driving around the block a few times. Most of all, thanks to Vanessa for wasting a perfectly good hour with us.
There's Adam blood on my shoes.
He's
This
dead.
has been another wasted hour, and if you just realize that, don't blame us. We warned you.
And,
Let's
let's stop it here. I think we'll be.
I don't. How do we stop the show?
I think no, it's on a timer. We're fine.
Is that how it works? Adam usually does it.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Oh, you sure? Okay, he's still bleeding.
Can we leave him? Can we?
I think he's dead.
It's fine.
I don't.
I gotta.
I'm not a
I
doctor.
gotta go.
Yeah, good show, guys. Good show. This was good. No, this was. No, I'm happy with the. I think overall, like 90% good.
Yeah.
What would it? Yeah, we're just.
Dude, where did we find a microphone? Why would you just leave that lying around?
I don't know why we did that.
You guys want to get some food or something?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Microphone.